My name is John De Lapon. The leader is James Brandon Sangalang, and the other members are Colin Berba and Christian Yaguno. The topic is determining the roles of e-learning management system in the e-learning experience of ICT students during COVID-19 pandemic. The coverage of this research is introduction, review of literature, research methodology, and the results of the survey. This is the research of Group 9.
Introduction. In this era of the new normal, health and safety are the priority of every organization. Learning management system may even be more effective and efficient compared to traditional methods. Learning management systems serve as a centralized repository or learning in education. Schools and universities are affected by COVID-19 pandemic. Especially now that we have a COVID-19 pandemic, learning management system is important because it helps to monitor the students' progress and their performance in that course.
In the literature review, we conducted a research that has definite basis that could support our study. We reviewed other related studies that could make us our basis in this research.
Research methodology. From the source of data, we collected or gathered data from our respondents aged 18 to 24 years old who's experiencing online learning like online class and also using e-learning system. In experiencing the new normal caused by COVID-19 pandemic, we need to determine the effectiveness of e-learning during this crisis. Data collection method. This is quantitative research. The quantitative method was designed to help the researchers to understand the e-learning system adoption from multiple sources as well as the multiple perspective and which is difficult to explain. Data analysis. We used a questionnaire to gather information from people related to our research so we can determine their feedbacks or experiences they encounter with e-learning. 15 questions to 30 respondents to accomplish our questionnaires. Research method justification. We collected data to ICT students to enormously know the different experience and how they cope up the sudden change from usual way of teaching and learning to the virtual way of learning.
Do you enjoy the e-learning system? 65% of our respondents said that they did not enjoy the e-learning system. Does online class helps you to learn? Our respondent has balanced and equal thoughts based on their experience. 50% of our respondents said that e-learning system helps them while 50% them did not. Does the development of social media portals affect educational process in schools and universities? 75% of the majority said that social media portals affect the educational processes while 25% of the rest did not. Do you have a device to use the learning online? 77.4% of the majority said that they don't have enough devices to use online class or using e-learning system. Do you think that the e-learning will have a role in the future when the COVID-19 pandemic ends? 71.9% of our respondents said that e-learning will have a role in the future when the COVID-19 pandemic ends. Do you still continue to use e-learning after the pandemic? 58% of the respondents wants to continue using e-learning system after this pandemic. Do you agree with the e-learning methods during this pandemic? 64.5 of our respondents agree with the e-learning methods during this pandemic and 35.5% did not. Are you satisfied with the technology software you are using for online class? The majority of our respondents said that they just satisfied the technology and software they using. 16% said very satisfied, and 19% of the rest said they don't satisfy. How long do you see? How long do you use e-learning when you are studying? 37% of them are using e-learning in their studying for below 3 hours. 25% of them using e-learning system for 5 hours. And 8 hours and 9% of them are 9 hours above. Do you prefer to learn through online e-learning rather than face-to-face? 75% of them don't like to learn through online or e-learning. Do you recommend e-learning management system? 53% of them, they recommend e-learning and 46% of the rest did not. Thus, LMS or e-learning management system plays a big role in today's situation. Almost all respondents said that LMS have a big role, especially this pandemic. Does LMS learning management system affects the budget availability? 84% of the respondents says that LMS did affects the budget availability. Does LMS plays a big role in today's way of learning? Almost of our respondents says that LMS has a big role impact in today's way of learning. Does the students and the e-learn and the learning system ready? 56.3 of the students responded said that students aren't ready with this kind of setup.
At the chapter 5 of our paper, conclusion will be found and it determine the results as well, and the conclusions that has been made through the process of making a survey. At the last chapter, recommendation will be found and it includes statements that will help you to solve problems related to the study, such as making your internet connection fast and strong so that you won't get disconnected during discussion.
Again, we are the Group 9. Thank you for listening.